Peace, guys. Patrick, Conservative Rap, and in this video, we're going to be covering more patriotic, America First financial news. So let's take a look at some of the things happening in the world today. What you'll see is consumer confidence rising, Trump's plan working, right? The rebuilding of the golden age, and people realizing that nuclear power is really the way to go. So first up, let's take a look at the Daily Caller. And this is energy costs now a main issue for U.S. ally that barred nuclear power. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, props to Meloni, she has the right viewpoint, said high energy costs are the most critical issue economically for her country this week, according to Reuters. Italy, as you know, has embraced green energy scam and enacted a ban on nuclear power that's lasted nearly 40 years. All right, through the Council of Ministers, and Meloni recently moved to reintroduce the technology, joining other European countries like Belgium, Denmark, and Germany that are also reconsidering their turns away from nuclear power. Emmanuel Orsini, head of Italy's largest business lobby, called for Meloni to cut energy costs and pave the way for a return to nuclear energy, drill baby drill, at the annual assembly for Confindustria, where Meloni again acknowledged her country's energy problems, Reuters reported. The main issue we have to face are energy costs, Meloni said on Tuesday, according to Reuters. Meloni further stated that her administration was assessing Italy's energy market to see if high prices are in part due to speculation. Our companies are continuing to suffer from an energy price surcharge of more than 35% over the European average, even reaching peaks of 80% when compared to the larger EU countries, Orsini said. Italy banned nuclear power in '87 after the Chernobyl disaster. In December 24, some green energy proponents celebrated as Italy generated more power from green energy sources than fossil fuels for the first time, though its electricity costs were found to be tied for the highest in the continent, while it remained the largest net electricity importer in Europe. Meloni has expressed support for expanding nuclear energy in Italy, as have other officials, including the Minister of Environment and Energy Security, Gilberto Pichetto Frattin. All right? People are waking up across the globe. We understand the Green New Scam and that a lot of these proposed quote-unquote novel forms of energy, whether it's wind, solar, etc., are really unsustainable. Check this out. Moving on, let's go to Trump on Truth, more financial perspective. I was extremely satisfied with the 50% tariff allotment to the EU, especially since they were slow walking, to put it mildly, our negotiations with them. Art of the deal. Let's go. Remember, I'm empowered to set a deal, all caps, for trade into the United States if we're unable to make a deal or are treated unfairly. I've just been informed that the EU has called to quickly establish meeting dates. This is a positive event, and I hope that they will finally, like my same demand to China, open up the European nations for trade with the United States of America. They'll both be very happy and successful, and they do. So let's see who's more serious, right? The cards are really in Trump's hand. He has and controls the largest economy on the planet. And finally, we have a president in office who's using that power wisely and positioning us to be treated fairly on the global stage. This is amazing. Just keeping moving here, also on Truth recently, countries from all over the world want to make trade deals with us. It's a beautiful thing to see. The good old USA will soon have tremendous growth and be stronger than ever before. And I don't take statements like this lightly. It's lovely to see someone utilize technology. We saw this a lot with quote-unquote Twitter during the first administration, but now we're moving on with his own sort of platform, Truth. He can go directly to the people and set the narrative for himself, which is fantastic. As we've discussed, the deep state, the World Economic Forum, the Federal Reserve, all of these globalists, they're really running out of time. This whole narrative, you're going to see them drop that shortly of, Trump is destroying the economy. Fuel prices are coming down. We're getting deals, investments from oil-producing countries, Saudi Arabia, etc. A lot of that's going to combat inflation, especially if manufacturers start to come back to America, and things are going to just start getting better. Let's move on to, again, share another quick tab from the conference board. U.S. consumer confidence partially rebounds in May. The Conference Board Consumer Confidence Index increased by 12.3 points in May to 98.0. up from 85.7 in April. The present situation index, based on consumers' assessment of current business and labor market conditions, rose 4.8 points to 135.9. The expectations index, based on consumers' short-term outlook for income, businesses, and labor market conditions, surged 17.4 points to 72.8, but remained below the threshold of 80, which typically signals a recession ahead. The cutoff date for preliminary results was May 19th. About half of the responses were collected after the May 12th announcement on a pause on some tariffs on imports from China. Consumer confidence improved in May after 5 consecutive months of decline, said Gachard, economist at Global Indicators for the Conference Board. The rebound was already visible before the May 12th China trade deal, but gained momentum afterwards. The monthly improvement was largely driven by consumer expectations, as all three components of the expectations index, business conditions, employment prospects, and future income, rose from their April lows. Consumers were less pessimistic about business conditions and job availability over the next 3 months and regained optimism about future income prospects. Translation: the deep state fake financial news nonsense is not working. Consumers' assessment of the present situation also improved. However, while consumers were more positive about current business conditions than last month, their appraisal of current job availability weakened for the 5th consecutive month. Watch that change very shortly too. Consumers now Trump was proven right about the fake news, and people are just waking up to it. The game is to blame the stock market on Trump, the recession on Trump, even though you had Biden in office for how long and they failed to call anything a recession. Remember, just like there was COVID in 2020, an election year, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was something like a cyber attack either right before or around the midterms of next year, 2026. People are realizing slowly that things are going to be fantastic, and Trump is talking about removing income tax, dude. Remember, right before COVID, the economy was popping. It was actually good. There were jobs, inflation was lowering, the market was going up. So what do you think they're going to do now, right? Trump is going to be building a parallel economy. We all have to position ourselves and get ready for it. So no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, energy prices, electricity, travel, shipments. When you talk about drill, baby, drill and lowering the cost of oil, there's such a trickle effect that it's hard to, overemphasize how that'll change our outlook on our economy. And there's going to be fundamentally less taxes means more currency in people's pockets to take action and build the economy even further. What do you think, guys? What sort of financial news times are we living in? Is the news we're hearing from these quasi-secret leftist outlets, secret globalist outlets, accurate, or is it more fear-mongering? Are we headed into a golden age, and do we need to be even more optimistic than I think many people are letting on? Feel free to comment, subscribe, like, tweet, share, post on X, etc. My socials are below, and ConservativeRap.com for the rhymes, the poetry, and all of the content condensed in a linear fashion. Thanks so much. Take care, and America first.